What it do, YouTube? It's your boy Young Jupiter, Big Jupiter, or you can just call me Jupiter. Just make sure you call me. Before we get to this video, if you're new to the channel, hit the subscribe button. That's all I ask. That's all I ask. Now, if you see this title, this shit crazy. Teen girls killing their boyfriend for fucking what? Like, bro, shit's crazy. Like, teen girl, like, I don't know. I gotta see this video. We gonna see. I'm leaving a link to the original video down below if y'all want to check it out for yourself. Without further ado, let's get it to it.
These teenage girls committed crimes you will never think a teenager could commit. They took the life of their boyfriends and are now standing trial to face the consequences of their actions. Let's watch how they react once they receive their sentence. Number 5. Shayna Hubers. In 2012, a Kentucky girl named Shayna Hubers shot her boyfriend Ryan Poston 6 times and claimed that it was in self-defense, though 2 juries would later convict her in his passing.
And I do believe that there's been incredibly negative media coverage about me in Cincinnati and in the United States and internationally.
Your attorney actually said the news coverage had painted a negative image of you and had destroyed the presumption of innocence.
I do believe that. I don't want to talk about my case with you. I'm not here to talk about the nature of my case or what happened on October 12th.
Shayna Hubers' life changed forever when she received a friend request on Facebook from a handsome stranger who liked a bikini picture she'd posted. The stranger, Ryan Poston, became Hubers' boyfriend, and 18 months after they met, she became the reason for his gruesome passing.
I grabbed the gun and I shot him.
As Poston's friends described it, Hubers swiftly became obsessed with Poston. Though he allegedly lost interest early on, Hubers texted him dozens of times a day, showed up at his condo, and asked people if she was prettier than his ex.
Man, you gotta look at them red flags early on, bro. Early on, you gotta look at them red flags. But sometimes they be hiding them, so it's hard to say. It's hard to say.
Girlfriend. She seemed overly infatuated with him, they remembered, and the couple kept splitting up and getting.
And then there's a difference between like clingy and crazy though too. You always gotta know the difference. But even too much clinginess could be crazy.
Together. Hubers sent dozens in response. Sometimes they found Hubers would send 50 to 100 messages a day. Charged with Ryan Poston's slaying, Shayna Hubers went to trial in 2015. Then a jury quickly found her guilty and a judge sentenced her to a lengthy 40 years in prison.
We, the jury, fixed the defendant, Shayna Hubers' punishment for the offense of murder at life imprisonment.
Number 4. Michelle Carter. The body of Conrad Roy III was discovered in his truck, parked outside a superstore in Massachusetts. He'd taken his own life by attaching a hose from a generator and filling his truck with carbon monoxide. Roy, who was an honor roll student, had been struggling with anxiety and depression, but upon investigation, authorities discovered Roy had exchanged a string of texts with his long-distance girlfriend, Michelle Carter, in the weeks leading up to his passing. In the texts, Carter encouraged Roy to end his life. Carter and Roy had met a few years earlier in 2012 while they both vacationed with their families in Florida.
Carter, a guilty finding have been entered on the indictment charging you with the involuntary manslaughter, Conrad Roy.
I was just gonna say what they gonna charge her with because it's not like she did, but she still played a huge role into basically making him go through with it. So I knew they had to charge her with something because it's not like she tried to stop it.
Despite only living just a few towns away from each other, they maintained a relationship primarily through texts. On the day of his self-slaying, Michelle Carter texted Roy, "You keep pushing it off and say you'll do it, but you never do. It's always going to be that way if you don't take action." In other texts, Carter said, "You just need to do it," and "No more."
Oh yeah, charge her ass, lock her ass. Nah, there's no way. Hell nah, hell nah.
Pushing it off, no more waiting. 7 months after his passing in February 2015, at her trial, Carter was convicted of involuntary manslaughter and was initially sentenced to 2.5 years in prison, although this was reduced to 15 months later.
This court, having reviewed the evidence, now finds you guilty on the indictment charging you with the involuntary manslaughter. Actions taken by Ms. Carter constituted wanton and reckless conduct by her. Is or is becoming a toxic environment. He instructs him to get back into the truck, which she has reason to know.
Number 3. Jodi Arias. If the trial of Jodi Arias was solely a movie, most of us would tap out of watching, complaining about how over-exaggerated and unrealistic some of the events were, but this is no movie. The couple had been dating for 5 months before splitting up the previous year because Alexander reportedly felt guilty about the physical nature of their relationship as a devout Mormon.
Do you remember that we're talking about Travis Alexander? Let's start with that.
Yes, I remember that.
That's why we're here, because you killed him, right? The Cancun issue, ma'am. You never told the detective about the Cancun issue, did you?
What Cancun issue? I believe so.
Well, no. Do you remember previously talking to us about how he was coming at you and he was this horrible man with his mean face? Do you remember telling me that?
However, they had reportedly stayed in contact with each other, and a camera found in the washing machine in his Arizona home after his death revealed pictures of them having intercourse the day he passed away. The last pictures of him revealed at trial were of Alexander naked in the shower. Moments after, photos showed him bleeding on the bathroom floor with blood gushing from his throat.
What makes you snap like that? It gotta be something already in you, bro. Or maybe sometimes some people just snap. Who knows? But it's something, bro. It gotta be something.
You did not stab him 27 times.
Nah, no, hell nah. Not 27 times. Something seriously wrong with you. You stab somebody 27 times. Shooting somebody 27 times is different from stabbing. That's a different type of hate craziness, bro. That's crazy.
That's heinous.
Or slit his throat from ear to ear.
I can't imagine slitting anyone's throat.
Arias took the stand to claim that she was acting in self-defense in Alexander's passing. As she faced the penalty, Arias had claimed that Alexander was possessive, despite her own reported obsession with her ex.
And this is not the truth, Joey.
This is all I know.
This does not make any sense. Were you at Travis's house on Wednesday?
Absolutely not. I was nowhere near Mesa. I didn't mean to shoot him or anything. I didn't even think I was holding.
Wait, how? I thought they said stab, not shoot. I'm so confused now, bro. So confused. I swear they said stab 27 times and slit from ear to ear. Hell nah.
The trigger. I just was pointing it at him.
As I stand here now, I can't in good conscience ask you to sentence me to death.
Jody Arias, 41 years old, is serving a life sentence for attacking Travis Alexander 27 times with a knife, slitting his neck, and shooting him in the head in his own bathroom in 2008.
State of Arizona versus Jody Ann Arias. Verdict: do find the defendant as to count 1, first-degree murder, guilty.
Number 2, Ezra McCandless. A young Wisconsin woman named Ezra McCandless told police,
"What's up with people with the name Ezra, bro? Maybe it's something with that name."
Harrowing story of how her ex-boyfriend carved the word boy into her arm and then attacked her. Was she really a victim, or did she intend to take the life of her ex-boyfriend, Alex Woodworth? In 2018, McCandless turned up on the doorstep of a dairy farmer near Eau Claire. She was muddy, bloody, bruised, and shoeless, asking for a doctor. She said she was a victim of an attack. Details recounted by McCandless were initially hazy, but eventually she said it was ex-boyfriend Woodworth who did it. The case turned when police found Woodsworth's body on a desolate dirt road near the farmhouse. It was a brutal and gruesome scene. Charged with Woodworth's slaying, McCandless was only 22 years old.
If it really was self-defense, you just would have called the police after you did it. Like, come on now, let's be for real.
When she took the stand in her own defense. 2 weeks after the incident, the then 20-year-old with no prior history of violence was arrested and charged with a single count of the first degree. After all, not only was there a mountain of evidence against Ezra, but her own official statements were contradictory and ever-changing, making her unreliable.
The way I reason this, that Ms. McCandless, if she does what she's supposed to do, follows the rules, that she at least has some light at the end of a very long tunnel.
Ezra's motive, they added, was that she was an attention seeker who would stop at nothing to win back an old boyfriend. Ezra's casual demeanor when she took the stands in her own defense was also quite astonishing.
I grabbed the knife. He's gonna kill me because he has a knife. We discussed it often, and we discussed it the most during very intimate moments of our relationship. I decided then to knee him in the groin.
Thus, along with the evidence, her behavior seemingly played a role in the jurors' final decision as well.
And the answer to the special verdict question is yes, use a dangerous weapon. We, the jury, find the defendant, Ezra J. McCandless, guilty of first-degree intentional homicide as charged in the information.
Number 1, Sierra Harp. The passing of a promising young rapper that was thought to be a result of self-defense soon turned out to be a cold-blooded slaying. Raheem Grant was destroyed by the mother of his child, Sierra Harp, in 2017.
I throw myself at the mercy of the court. I really apologize, and I'm very sorry.
It was stated that just 2 months after their meeting, Sierra spiked Raheem's drink, after which they spent the night together. Sierra was pregnant and gave birth to a baby girl, with Raheem being the father. According to...
Bro, hold on. This shit sound like something out of a movie. You telling me she spiked his drink, then got pregnant by him. That's... Oh my God, bro. That child gonna have so much trauma. It's gonna be ridiculous.
Raheem's mother, Geraldine Grant Bryson, Sierra was obsessed with Raheem and had a tumultuous and volatile relationship with him. It all came to a head in 2017.
If we learned anything, though, everybody, don't accept drinks from anyone. Please don't. Get your own drinks, pour your own drinks. Don't accept nothing from nobody.
On that night, Sierra went to their neighbor profusely bleeding with her daughter in tow. The police were called, and Sierra told them that she had been attacked by Raheem, leading her to shoot and take his life in self-defense. While the authorities leaned towards believing her story initially, there was a video recording on Raheem's phone that proved that her claims of self-defense had no truth to them. In 2019, 29-year-old Sierra Harp was found guilty of taking the life of Raheem Grant. That's all for this video, folks.
Bro, damn, what the hell? I don't even know. I'm literally lost for words right now. I have nothing to say. Yeah, that's the end of this video. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe to the channel if you would. I'm out.